I don't feel like myself anymore. A lot of relationship dissatisfaction starts with those words. And that's not always about your partner. Sometimes it's about how far you've drifted from your own needs, goals, and internal alignment. And when that happens, the relationship becomes the mirror for that loss of self.
Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode, another edition of Making a Case. We're on episode 212, man. I'm your host, Dr. Jacob Isom. We got two channel norms over here. One, we'll take points in our people, and then two, we don't do all that cussing and fussing and derogatory stuff. We like to keep it professional. I hate to disappoint you. All right. So I want to show that clip right there because I think it kind of sets the framework for the direction I want to go with this video and this episode. Because what we're talking about is non-supportive partners. That's essentially what we're talking about, right? But the video touched on why maybe you might feel like your partner is not supporting you because you lost yourself, right? You lost who you are, who you were. And that's naturally when it comes to two people sharing the same space, coming together, colliding and trying to figure out how to do life together. It's natural. It's par for the course, right? But you don't want to drift so far away from where you no longer have a purpose, you don't have a drive, you don't have a mission. Because yes, one of your goals is to make sure that other person is good. And if you have a family, for your family to thrive and be in the best position possible. But you can't do that while also losing who you are, because if you're not happy within yourself, then everything is going to fall flat. All right. So that may be one reason why a person is not supporting you the way you feel like you need to be supported, because, well, you don't know how you need to be supported because you've changed, right? You're not the same person. And once again, that is natural, right? I'm not the same person I was 5 years ago. Shoot, 3 years ago. But to be honest with you, I feel like I evolve and change every year because I'm constantly feeding myself with new information. I'm constantly taking on diverse perspectives. And if you're not changing, what does that mean? That means you're stagnant, right? That means you typically stuck in your ways. What do we say about older people, right? So I actually only have one video that I want to break down today, and we're just gonna have a conversation about why you may feel like your partner is not being supportive, and some reasons behind that. So without further ado, let's get into the clip. All right.
What do you do when you don't feel like your partner's being supported? This is a question that I hear a lot, and we're going to talk about that today. I'm Michael Clark with the Ananias Foundation. If you want to stop causing harm in your relationships, you're on the right path. This is Journey of Change, a video series to help you become the safe, loving partner you were meant to be. So what do you do when you feel like your partner is not being supportive? You know, it's a question that I hear a lot from people. They say, work's stressful. The kids are driving me crazy. I'm feeling pressure from money or getting everything done. And I complain to my spouse, and yet they're just not supportive of me and what I'm doing and what I'm talking about. So what do you do with that? And the answer might not be exactly what you wanted to hear. But oftentimes, when we're upset that our partner's not being supportive enough, we're probably expecting too much. And especially if we take
Before he elaborate, I'm sorry. I just can't move on without addressing, where is he going? Like, he out in the middle of nowhere. I'm assuming that's his property, but like, where are you going, bro? Like, all that noise. But yes, I would agree before he gets into it. Everything in a relationship, in any relationship, is always about expectations. met expectations versus failed expectations, right? And which one is important, right? Because we have some expectations where it's like I expect them to do this. Like women expect men to open the door, but like if he doesn't every time, is that something that you're gonna break up over, right? But the expectation is, you know what? I would love for you to make sure you call me when you're on your way home so that I know when to prepare dinner, right? That's a little bit a level above on the expectation meter, but it's like it's really just being courteous, right? And then there's even higher expectations, right? Well, you're in charge of making sure the bills get paid, right? Make sure you do that on time, so we ain't paying extra fees and things of that nature. See, there's level to expectation just like anything, but I'm gonna let him elaborate why he walks.
That lack of support, and we pressure them to do more. We criticize them, we belittle them, we do nasty things to them because we're feeling hurt that they weren't supportive enough. Really, what this amounts to is us giving away our power. We're giving this other person the responsibility and the power to make us feel good. And really, why would we want to do that? The alternative is for us to figure out how to make ourselves feel good. Now, I know what you might be thinking. You might be thinking, hey, wait a minute. Isn't my partner supposed to be supportive? And the answer is yes and no. The yes part of that answer is yes, overall, a good relationship, both people will be supportive of each other. It's a mutual thing. The no part of it is that to expect that at any one given time might be unrealistic. You know, our partner's going to have times when they're feeling drained, lack of energy. Maybe they're distracted themselves. Maybe they don't understand exactly what we're going through. And so at any given moment, our partner might not be as supportive as we'd like them to be. And we need to be okay with that.
And, you know, that's a fair point because once again, there's different levels of support, right? Well, one could be showing up to a banquet at your job that's hosting, right? That's a level of support. Another can be just communication wise talking, right? Well, I want you to support me on what I'm saying, pay attention to me, and give a level of respect to what I'm frustrated by, right? That's another form of support. So there's different levels to it. And the only way someone, your partner, really knows how to support you is for you to state that and for you to communicate that up front. And once again, like what things are important to you that you will love support from, right? Ask a very direct question. All right. That way, because you know you can't cover everything 100%. Nobody can, right? But at least I could put more attention to the things that I know you really do value and really want me to support, right? So what he's saying is correct. Partners should support each other, but you also got to understand that one, they're not inside your head. They're not going to know how to support you at that given time, right? Because you could be thinking, dang, man, like you could have said more. You could have said this. Well, they're not you, right? Or you could have did this. You could have did that. So you have to be okay as a person. And this goes for everybody saying, you know what? Even though I know I wanted them to show up and support me in this way, they didn't. And I'm okay with it because I understand that they just didn't have enough information to support me in the way I needed. And we got to be okay with that. We're going to watch a little bit more and then we're going to end it.
You know, that line from Jerry Maguire where Tom Cruise's character says, "You complete me." It's a great line in a movie, but it's really a terrible relationship principle. We need to be at a place where we're not looking for our partner to complete us, to support us in any particular way. When they do, it's great. It's wonderful, and welcome that. Appreciate that. But if and when they don't on those occasions, then we've got to be okay with it. You know, pop culture would say, yes, our spouses, our partners are supposed to provide that support whenever we need it. It's just really setting us up for failure. So what's the alternative? The alternative is developing this ability to soothe ourselves. This ability to understand what emotions we're feeling and have some remedy, some way of responding to those emotions where we can feel okay without our partner saying or doing anything in particular. Expecting any more is just an unrealistic expectation. Some of those things that we can do is monitor our self-talk. Maybe if you're into meditation.
We're going to end it right there. Because, and this is the reason why I like showing you guys different clips from different people of different walks of life, to people who are not in the professional field to people who are, right? Because everybody have their different perspective, experience, and things of that nature, right? So I never looked at it from a standpoint of, yes, I want somebody to support me, but I also got to be cool when they don't support me, right? And it's not, I'm not supporting you intentionally. I'm just not supporting you the way you feel like I should support you. And I have to be okay with that, right? I never looked at it that way, but that is a great point, because I think we all got to get comfortable with that. Because like you said, it does go back to expectation, unmet and unrealistic expectation. It goes back to that, right? So I don't think people are just in relationships saying, oh, I ain't going to support you. Like, who cares about supporting you, right? I think most of us understand how important support is, right? Because for a lot of people, support is a love language, right? You showing up, you just being present, you know, you saying confident words, like that means the world to a lot of people. So, right. And sometimes people don't know the right words to say. Sometimes people can't show up, right? And we have to be okay with that. All right. We're going to end the video on that, man. I thought it was a good conversation. Let me know in the comments, man. Let me know what you think. Like, how does your partner show up for you? Hey, I would love to hear it, to be honest with you. All right. I need some tips myself. All right. Hey, but y'all know, thank you, man, for subscribing. Thank you for rocking with me. And if you got to the end of this video, I really appreciate you. Okay. But as always, I'm you and me. Love always, love eternal. Remember, the worst thing you can do is lie to yourself. And we out. Deuces. One love.